Okay, so who does the best job presenting, and who has the most engaging or interesting topics? All right, we will be starting off with bracelet bar.
And this sauce. Alright, so it's a well-known phenomenon that fashionable people in this room are calling queer. In this realization, our ultimate objective became clear to us. We here at Bracelet Bar aim not to be just a business, but a beacon of authentic, artistic cultivation for this world. Our marketing for Bracelet Bar aims to create a custom jewelry creation outlet, specifically focusing on the weaving bracelets. We will be providing high-quality, handmade beads, charms, strings, and more. And you're left to create your own artistic and creative
Our product is at the same time for everyone as it is for a small, very special subset of people. We here at Bracelet Bar believe no one is bound by a lack of creativity or artistic talent, but by the belief that they're not good enough to create something. Our project is for those who can break down that boundary unapologetically and seize the exhilarating freedom of arts and personal expression. Bracelet Bar is not a trend or just another business trying to make it in the rat race, but an opportunity. An opportunity to create what you want, how you want it, when you want it, and that is something priceless. We're not selling you a mass manufactured product, but a chance to create a timeless accessory that can live on through multiple lifetimes, forever infused with your mark on the world, whether as a treasured family heirloom, an irreplaceable gift to someone, or even through hidden gem thrift stores or luxury secondhand outlets. We want your personal creation to live on beyond even your own life, an accessory to be studied by historians for centuries.
Bracelet Bar will offer one service at the respectable but affordable price of $1. You'll receive access to materials such as string, beads, charms, and you can do it all yourself. We will, of course, provide you with a great experience surrounded by aesthetic, tasteful music, and an opportunity to speak with the owners of Bracelet Bar themselves and gain a little insight into their intellectual and creative process.
All we ask before you evaluate our project is to look deeply within yourself. If you believe in the very essence of art, in true artistic expression, stretching beyond your very understanding of beauty, and finally, if you believe in yourself, you will see the true vision of Bracelet Bar. We invite you to join us in the creation of new history and of a new age of art itself. That's it. Any questions? Thank you.
So, this is a brick and mortar, right? So you would go into the store and you could pay $1 and you could make a bracelet. Is that what you guys are saying?
Yes.
Great. Are you guys creating your own beads?
Ideologically.
Okay, ideally, right?
Yeah.
In the current saturated market of bracelets, thanks to the Era store, how do you feel like yours would be different than that?
And professionally cultivated by two great artists that are educated and will be taking our studies to, just trust us, guys, just trust us. Yeah.
How much does it cost for all your materials? So for one bracelet, how much would it cost you guys to source all your materials?
Well, that kind of looks determined from our product, if we say that out loud. actually planned that we would sell out, so we made sure to stock up, triple our supply. So I guess we don't really expect to sell out, we prepare everything that we need. Any other questions? Thank you.
Alright, Don Dragon, come on down.
We're just going to grab one of these cameras so we can record you.
Hello, my name is Jonathan, and we are with Walking Dragons. So, the name might sound a bit familiar, because the dragons actually, or concept came from the fair. If you guys went to the fair, you might have seen a stand called that dragon. They were selling these at incredible, insanely expensive prices. So, after looking at what they were making and how much they were selling them for, we looked at the product and we decided we could do better. We took the product that they were selling at $45 to $60, and we cut down that cost to only $6. With this new price point, you can actually get the dragon without breaking your wallet on something that isn't really essential. But you can still enjoy the fun and the collectability of dragons. Alright, I didn't know. So it's actually $5. Even cheaper than the rest. So that means you can make them for even more. That's great for everybody who really does want a dragon. With this price point, you could get even multiple. The one problem is we have a limited supply. So you would have to get there quickly to get it. Other interesting things about it is that we would be able to produce them with different colors and different designs. If we had one static design on all dragons, sure, that's interesting, but that makes every dragon unique in some way, making it more interesting for those who only want to buy one or are interested in having more than one as well, because you have variation. Yeah, so that's basically about the dragon. We are selling product at a drop price, and you're making sure that every person who buys it will have a fun variation of dragon that isn't too boring. Good question.
How much does it cost to breed a dragon?
So the breed dragon, I don't know if this is a good idea, is it okay to like say the dragon price, which is great?
Yeah, that's exactly what
Alright,
I do.
so for each dragon we create, it takes us around 20 cents to produce one. So we're able to make a lot of them if we wanted to mass produce. And that would allow us to have a lot more product. And if we do sell them to a big we only need to sell like around 4 of them to break even on, and which is a really good deal. And it shows you how bad the original price was at selling like $45 to $60. That is insane. Still think that's crazy when we're doing that. Oh, we have a question for
Why would I want one of these dragons? What do these dragons provide me?
Okay, there's actually a couple good reasons, or kind of answers that question. One is they're cool, and they're fun to have like a dragon on your nightstand, stuff like that. It's just kind of fancy to see, look around. But then two, it's just kind of fun. They're kind of also fidget toys, because they can move around, stuff like that. Awesome, honestly, how about you put one of these around your neck, Jonathan? Could be an amazing fashion statement as well, if you guys are curious about, like, this is the next generation of design, so that's another reason you can do. And it's also a friend, can hear your problems, stuff like that, if you're going through some things. Any more questions? Oh, yeah, go on.
I'm curious about the quality. Are these this comparable quality to the ones that do cost $45 to $60?
Yes, actually. We did have a couple of failed attempts previously, but we were able to bring the quality up to an insane level to what they were selling. In fact, I would even say that some of them are better quality than what they were actually giving. So, I will admit, it did take a lot of trial and error, so we had to cut that into the price. If we got it a bit better, we might have been able to drop it. But that's a future thing. So if you invest in the product, we could, in the future, improve the design. Any more questions? Yes, Ms. Willis?
What's your plan to resell it? You told me there's a limited amount of them.
That's true. So from what we found, we have a limited amount, but we still have some failed stock. So we'll probably sell the failed stock at a marked down price to try and meet demand, because we believe that we want to get rid of what we do. If we do end up selling, including the marked down price, then we're going to have to just adjust and maybe even work on more. But again, that would cost more to produce, so we have to decide if it's really worth putting more cash into it. Oh, yes, okay. No, we do not have an online website. We will be selling these in the group with all the other stuff. But if you guys are curious or want to know more about it, you can talk with Jonathan here, who actually produces them. And after the Econ Fair and after that, I believe he'd probably still be willing to make them, considering he's thought about doing some more stuff like that.
Do you guys own production?
Yeah, we have been doing it, but right now we are working with the schools to produce the dragons. But if we were to increase, and let's say we were to expand, we would then start doing the production ourselves to then not have to worry about the hours of the school, and it would allow us to do things faster, therefore creating more product and making more.
So like 3D printed?
Yes, we are doing that.
How many can you make each one?
Actually, decently quick. We can make around 3 in a day, which is pretty good for what they are. And I'd say we can take around, this is a good question for you.
About 4 hours and 30 minutes per day.
So, yeah, we can create a decent amount of them. I think that should be it. Thank you guys so much. You're a great audience.
You don't know that.
Alright, so I created a renewable surf wax, Sushi surf wax, to be specific. It costs $1, we'll leave that in a second.
Yeah, so Sushi Surf Wax was created from used surf wax that has been run down, it needs to be sent down to the landfill, and it's being melted down to create a new bottle.
According to the median surface spray, 86 tons of waste annually from wax alone. We're using surf wax, surface could save about 43 tons of waste per year. So the way we recycle it is I get about a 5-gallon bucket from Surf Country, use discarded surf wax. I take it, I put it in cast iron skillet like that. I melt it down, I clean it, I take all the impurities out, whether it's third-party things like leaves, little twigs, branches, gravel, whatever it is. I strain it, I boil it again, and I pour it into silicone soap molds so that it gets to the bar form. But it's a very easy process for the product.
If you haven't surfed and are wanting to get into it, you know, you have your surf wax, you take the bar, you literally see circles, and if it's a good wax like this one, they'll get the board sticky, it'll make it grippier for you to stand on one surf.
Our wax is 2.3 times more volume than other wax strands. This means that wax strands weigh about 75 grams and cost $2. Ours weigh 172.5 grams and cost $1. That's 4.6 times more than $3. That means that you can
with one bar versus one.
Like you said, that means $40 volume to buy multiple surfboards. And if you're like us and you have a lot of surfboards, it makes it relatively cheap. Actually, really cheap to be able to buy all the boards.
Thank you for choosing us and voting for us, but I'm open to questions now.
How long does it take for you to do that whole process? Like, how many can you make in a day?
So with one soap mold, which the soap mold costs $4 on Amazon, it'll take me about 10 minutes to, yeah. The collecting is relatively simple. I just pick it up after one of my shifts, and then I melt it down, which takes about 10 minutes to fill that pan over there. And then that pan can make about 8 bars, but with one soap mold, the soap mold has 6 bar capacity. So the next step, if I really wanted to progress it, would be getting multiple pans, multiple heat sources to melt it, and a freezer is very important, so it'll speed up the drying or the cooling and hardening process. But yeah, so if I wanted to expand production, I would just get more molds, so another $4, $8, $12, and then another pan, which is about $10 if you get a cheap pan.
You think about new surfers? Is that your target consumer, or are you targeting experienced surfers?
I'm targeting everybody. So everybody that surfs can and should use this because it'll save them lots of money. There'll be less trips to the surf store. Gas is expensive, so it's going to save them even more money on that. But everybody should be using it because it's renewable, it's going to save waste, and it's cheap. Mr. Terrace, you have a question?
You're selling these for $1, correct?
$1.
And your operating costs, how much is it going to take for you to sell to make that what you guys invest?
I need to sell 14 bars to make it back. I have 40 bars.
Thank you.
As someone who is not in your target consumer at all, minimal knowledge, lack of understanding, how often do I have to wax it?
So,
How fast am I going to go through the job?
yeah, so there's that bar should last you upwards of 2 weeks to a month, depending on if you already have wax on the board. If you already have wax on the board, then it'll last you a month and a half. If you don't have wax, it'll last about 2 weeks. There's 2 steps. It's called base coat. So you get the base coat down, and that's the bump, that's the texture. And then the stickiness comes from the top coat, which can both be found in this bar. So the base coat takes a lot of wax because it has to build the structure of it. The top coat is just a little thin layer that you put on top of the tackiness that you do a little bit every session. So the top coat would take probably 5% of the bar for a board this size or bigger even. Base coat would probably take about 15 to 20% of the bar.
is like stepping the most destructive industry in the entire planet. So we decided to come up with the idea of selling vintage clothes through our brand, The Archive. So there's a basic section in our slides going to be the big idea, what makes us different, and why buy from us, and about our name, and our target buyers, and our campaigns and pricing. The big idea is that we sell vintage clothes. So basically our clothes are found in the Goodwill bin. I go to the Goodwill bin and she basically spend hours there, sort through the clothes and find stuff that would work for our brand and bring it back. Our clothes are, vintage, so they are not they're not sold in retail store anymore. So that kind of bring this aspect of kind of uniqueness to your clothes, because you're kind of the only person that has it. What makes the Archive different? Well, it's not just random stuff that we just bring on to sell to you guys. It's stuff that we sort through, we collectively spend hours just looking for, and that would work for our aesthetic, for our brand. And also because of that, we are able to offer very competitive pricing, which I will be talking about later in the presentation. So, our clothes vary from different styles that you can find on our rack. It can work for a coquette or dark feminine, or think like Heaven by Marc Jacobs. Very Y2K, very contemporary, but also super feminine, and our target is kind of women. So, why do you want to buy from us? Well, you want to buy from us because obviously you are unique and you have a good sense of style. If you don't buy from us, it's not that you don't have a good sense of style. But you buy from us because you love being unique and you love to stand out. And well, we offer very competitive pricing. So you are getting good clothes. Good style, saving your money while saving the environment at the same time. Okay, about our name. Why we call RSL The Archive? Well, you know how old clothes you usually put somewhere away, a warehouse kind of. So that kind of brings us to the idea of because they're old clothes, we kind of have to bring them from the archive out to sell to you guys. So that is the reason why it's the archive. And this is kind of like a mood board that I created to kind of represent our idea and our vibe, our aesthetic, so you can better understand the Y2K kind of aspect that we want to bring. Now, target buyers. Our clothes works pretty well for all ages, but right here I just put 15 to 30 years old. And our clients are young, fashionable women. There are some pieces that middle-aged to more older women can also wear as well, like because the purpose of the econ fair is for students. That's why we will be bringing stuff that works for our future. And obviously the locations, we're targeted at Santa Barbara and Los Angeles residents because I think we kind of say that same vibe. And our campaign housing. So before the econ fair, Isla has been selling all of these stuff on the Depop. And if you scroll through the Depop, there are more than 100 products. So she spends a lot of time on these. So already you can see that the price on Depop is already kind of like cheap. Ranging from average like $10 to $20, but because we are bringing it to the econ fair, we decided that we would reduce our price. For tops, it's going to be from $5 to $7. For bottoms, from $9 to $15, and for bags and accessories are you can negotiate. The reason why we do this is because for Depop, we can put a higher price because they're a larger customer base, customer database there, and there are people that are willing to pay more. And plus, we have to account for the fee, the 30% fee that Depop take from our income. And then, but here, we don't have to think about that. We don't get that kind of money kind of deducted. And also we want to make it super as affordable to students as possible. So that is why we have that pricing here. And I think that's it.
What is your average price margin per item?
Yeah,
Profit margin.
Profit margin is because we basically kind of do not buy a lot. We just go and find a good bin. So usually a pound of clothes is about around $1.50. I think right now it's around $2. So because of that, these guys kind of like, so our costs, our costs out of the pocket is so low that it's like we are basically like benefiting, profiting like almost all of these numbers to ourselves. Okay. Yeah, you want to ask? Yeah.
Yeah. How can we ensure that this is quality clothing? I know it comes from Goodwill, and sometimes things can fall through the cracks. Like, how can we ensure that we're getting what we're paying for?
Okay, that's a really good question. Isla has been buying from, obviously I'm not super, I'm not good at that, but she is, and she has been buying and selling those things for years. So she knows whether or not something is good, good quality or not, and also because I'm also kind of studying fashion, so I do have some knowledge of quality fabrics and stitching that I can bring to kind of ensure that we are selling the best stuff.
I got two questions. First, how long does it take you or Isla when you go to the bins per visit to source the material, and how many pounds are you getting per visit?
Yeah, so for Isla, she said that she spent around 5 hours, and she's like, or maybe even a whole day, and usually she gets around 5 to 10 pounds, and just bring home and kind of like post it on Depop.
How frequent does your company go to restock?
That was a really good question, but Alex not going to answer that question. But we have sold almost 200 items on Depop, so yeah.
No.
All right, we have the snacks. Alrighty, next we have the snack stop.
Hey, good morning, everyone. My name is Diego, and these are my business partners, Abby and Gabby. Okay, so as the school year is wrapping up, it's not too late to create unforgettable memories with your friends. Introducing the Snap Squad. So it's an ultimate photo booth experience with your friends that lets you create memories.
So we step up to our photo booth and you can enjoy the unique combinations of all of our props, along with our fisheye lens that allows you to make memories and turn them into perfect photos. For solo shots, it will be $1. For smaller groups of 2 to 3 people, it will be $2. And for larger groups of 4+ people, it will be $3. No matter how big or small your group is, we definitely can take your photo. And all of your shots will be uploaded to our Instagram at the Snapshot_.
And the Snapshot isn't just another photo booth. It's a different fisheye lens one. So we'll have our endless prop combinations that you see on Gabby. Our social media sharing, so all of the pictures we take will be uploaded to our Instagram. We'll have a QR code to the link of the Instagram out of the booth day of. And we also have our fisheye lens, like Abby said. So, yeah.
The end of the year is here, make it count. Don't let this year slip away without making any lasting memories. Come visit the Snap Spot and let these moments shine.
All right, do we have any questions? Yeah. Yeah, so it's like this little attachment Gabby can hold up. It's a little attachment that goes over your back camera. So instead of just doing a normal photo booth, what it does, I don't know if Gabby can. Yeah, so this kind of creates like a bubble effect. Yeah, Gabby's gonna walk around with it, just kind of display what it is. So it just kind of is like a new twist of the photo booth. Because we didn't want to do just kind of like a plain photo booth with just a normal camera. We just wanted to do more of a fun twist. So that's what we did. We decided on the fisheye lens. Yeah.
I know you said the photos would be posted on Instagram. Is there an option for them not to be if someone doesn't want that?
Of course. We will ask you definitely before, and if you do not want it on our Instagram, then we are happy to provide it.
How much does the fisheye cost? I have a couple questions. How much does the fisheye cost?
So in total, the fisheye costs $8.
What about using filters from an app versus this fisheye? What were the thought processes on one of the two?
So we didn't just want to do filters, just because this would be more original, and using the fisheye lens on using an app with filters, it's going to give us more of authenticity rather than having so many filters, and yeah, that's why we decided on just using the fisheye lens.
Why would I want to spend $1, $2, $3 when I can use a filter on my phone for your phone?
I don't know if you want to.
Because we're at school and we're with our friends, I feel like we'll all laugh and create memories together, and I feel like a place, if you haven't made your memories already, you can make some cool memories out of you instead of being alone at house.
Any other questions? Thank you guys.
The Slimers.
We're the Slimers. I'm the co-CEO.
I'm Hajime, I'm the other co-CEO. I'm Dean Melody, I'm head of marketing.
And I'm Jay Cloud, I'm the CFO of the model.
Okay, so for our business, the Slimers, we're also selling slime. And basically, over the class of 2025, we've seen many trends coming through and that have done, like the Mannequin Challenge and the Fidget Spinner. However, the slime has always been around. And we just really hope to bring that back.
Alright, our target audience is 10 to 18-year-olds. This is the people they have the most fun slime, and they're more in tune with trends and what's cool. Also, our slime is super well made, so it's consistent and not as messy. And because this age range has a tendency to screw things up, it's a pretty safe bet for them to play with our slime.
Okay, so we made many samples of our products for you guys to try out. This is the coffee slime, and these are the ingredients that went into the person. For coffee slime, it costs us $55 to buy everything, and with that on tool, we got 20 different slime to make out of it, and the total cost to make each slime is $2.75. And we're pricing these at $6, so we're getting a profit of $3.25. And then for the clear slime, which we're making right now, it costs $52 to make. Same pricing, $6, and we will be getting $3.30. And total, we're looking at about $40+ products. All cost at $6, and we'll be making $67 back. And if we sell all of our products, we'll make $204.
And then next, we do actually have a customer that is on the evening.
Now we'd like to call one of our customers. This customer rated us 5 stars, so let's hear why. Customer, what is it about our slime company that made you rate us 5 stars?
It's affordable at $6, and the quality is really good, and the customer service is also really good.
So you do agree that the price of our slime is very fair. Why?
Yes, I do think that it's fair pricing because it's a long-lasting slime. It lasts for a while. You can use it for a long time, and I think it's good to have a small amount of money to go a long way.
And then you do like the quality of the slime. What about it?
Yes, the texture is very good, and it's very stretchy and not too sticky, so it doesn't get too messy.
Alright, as you can see, our customers are very happy with our product. So make sure to stop by our stand and make sure to stop by our stand at the booth at the Econ Fair, because you don't want to miss out on the chance to have a slimy good time, just like us.
Yo, take it off.
Thank you for your time. Oh, wait, yeah. What are your questions?
How much is the, how much are the other brands of slime? I don't have a
So some of our competitors, kind of like the same size as slime, they range from like $15 to $20. And that is kind of a lot, and including shipping. And the thing is, since we're a heat pump there, you don't have to pay for shipping, you just get it right then and there. And oftentimes shipping can cost between $5 and $8, and no one wants to spend that extra money. Any other questions? Yes.
Is it excluded how we get to slime chase?
We could. Yes.
How many do you have to buy?
Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Glow under the sun? You want to hear something? Okay. There's someone before them? Okay. All right. We have a applause for Glow under the sun.
Oh, was it like a shark? I tried to see like really sturdy. Shark bars, you can get it.
I approved it for the time. I did not approve it.
What, do you want to leave it in the wagon? No, I'm not. Wait, then I can just take them. Do you want me to bring them back with you too, or do you want them in the wagon? Wait, okay, let's put them in the wagon. I'll bring them down. Thank you. They're here, but they're freaking out. Who got this? Woo-hoo! We're not going to start.
But I did get protocol.
Oh, good. Oh, I want to go hurt you too. See, you have a hand. You have a hand. Oh, yeah, that's for you. Right now. Do you have a cycle? You do? Rubber? Did you share it? You.
Alrighty, we have our final presentation of first period with Glow Under the Sun.
Hey, Jordan, here we feel ugly, not feeling summer ready. One is like a usual look was very good. Well, that doesn't mean real. Very easy, fun, a great creative outlet, and that's it, yeah. Only takes 3 minutes to apply. Seriously, 90 minutes, starting your application. Although application is great, the durability of the fact is not. As you can see, my everything is very warm and glitter. No smell, so it's perfect for these hot summer days. So sharp. Would you like to go over the summer look?
How much does that kit cost, or the product cost, and how many tattoos can you get from each one? Each little
I think the tickets are $25, and there's about 170 cents. And I think it's $25, so it's your boxes, like probably around 200 cents.
How long does the tattoo last?
It's about sometimes 3 to 5 days.
You said that there's tattoos, so how would you make the first one?
We have letters and numbers, so that can be other side. And then you can also do like 2 colors on one side, so there's more individual.
Or you can go back to your first one. You can see where
Right,
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. So, now that you have seen all of our products for period 1, go ahead and scan the QR code. Select period 1, and you should see a drop-down menu of all of the products that were showcased this morning. Please pick your favorite product and your favorite dish. And thank you so much for joining us. And we look forward to it.
All right.
No, you can feedback.
You noticed it wasn't on the floor.
It was so bad. It was hot. Yes, we did that. It was very much.
Okay, I will fix it. I will ask her for black cloth. What is that slide there? All right, we are at the last 6 surplus. Hold on.
It's gonna fall. I got one thing. Woo!
All right, if you refresh, Sushi Surflax should be present. Okay.
I walked in.
That is not
He was like, why are you fucking wearing that? He was like, yeah.
That is bro. Don't put a waste my mouth.
We don't deserve that. So you
Hard to see on the. Yeah, my thoughts. Let it ring. I have to be here.
Most of it, you gotta be here. I mean, Mondays we don't have school, but Tuesday you gotta bring it to me. And it's like on the paper, it's just people want extensions, right? No matter how many absences you have, you don't communicate with me, you gotta make sure that you're doing that, or else there's nothing I can do to help. If you want to come to seminar, you can come to seminar.
Yeah, the same form you.
Alright, well, let's do it. So, Friday, Saturday,
Yeah,
Sunday.
I did it.
Well, I don't do the chance to picture like that. You're gonna go to an event.
Oh, okay, yes, yeah, you have to make up your, perfect. Alright, so you guys can take a period.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I said to come here yesterday, didn't I? On Thursday? On Wednesday? Alright, I'm gonna be here.
I gotta go grab,
Yeah, just stay here, I'll be back. I'm gonna get everybody tomorrow.
I have the IB kids during seminar, so I'll be back.
Might as well just go. Let's go. We're not missing anything. Allie, is this your phone?
Oh, probably. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
You should be like every other human who doesn't have it and then freaks out.
Okay, leave that. Bring my credit.